Last and the most important ingredient is the deer meat. So what you're going to do is get one of these, and this is going to keep any debris from getting on the brim of the jar whenever you're stuffing these things full. And you want to put them about up to the thread line of the jar there. You don't want to overfill them because you need some room for air, and these are going to get full of liquid at the very end. So what we also wanted to show you was that you're going to probably need about 12 ounces of meat per jar. We just weighed it for you, and that's about what you're going to need. So 12 ounces per jar, a little under a pound for each one. So you also want to just go with a sterile rag and clean the top of your jars just to make sure there's no debris on the top, because if there is, it can interfere with the seal and not preserve it. We're going to go ahead and put all the lids on, make sure they're nice and tight, not too tight, but like I said, these are all washed in the dishwasher, so we're going to put all these on and throw it in the canner. I don't know if this is the right thing to do, but if you want, you can shake it up a little just to try and spread that seasoning around, but it might help get a little more mixed in with the meat. So we're just going to put these in the canner with no water yet. We like to fill it up with water afterwards, just so that you know you're putting the right amount in. Once you get them in there, you can fill them up. We're going to probably do about 3/4 of the height of the jar. Make sure you look at the instructions for your canner specifically, because they're all different, but this works for me. So you can see they're just under the lid there. So we're going to go ahead and put this on the oven. Put the lid on. We have a 15-pound weight that we're going to be using because we are at about 1,400 feet above sea level. If it's under 1,000, I think you want to use a 10-pound weight, but like I said, make sure you check with your manufacturer instructions for your pressure cooker. So we're not going to start the timer until this starts shaking, and I'll show you what that looks like. So now you can see we have a steady rattle up top there with our 15-pound weight. And I know my stove from doing this before. I'm going to take it down from a high heat to about a 1/4 heat. And as long as that has a steady rattle, you don't want it to be going too crazy, but you want it to be steady. And then you set your timer for 75 minutes. And as soon as your timer goes off, you're going to just want to shut the stove off and wait. Whoa, won't focus. You're going to wait for this to stop. Once that stops, there will still be pressure in it, so don't open your lid. This will fall down. Then you can